This is Dave Mem, Lottodds. It is July 6th, 2023. Okay, this is just to give you an update on what we're doing with the quick pick feature. We are adding the auto reduction feature to it, and it looks like this. Okay, like that. See that? All right. This works off of this, the hit and miss chart. These symbols here, you see that? Hit and win, miss and miss, miss and win. Okay. There are four options. There is hit and win, hit and miss, and then there's a miss and win, a miss and miss. This is the symbols that are in here. So for example, if you saw something like this, miss, win, miss, miss, and you assume that a hit and win will come out next, you basically choose hit and win, and the program will choose the numbers for you. What this does now, this utilizes L1 pairs, the default level pairs here. Look, the default level 1 pairs here. When you first open up this drop down, you should know this already. When you first open up this drop down, this is the default level 1. The pairs from the 3 past winners, right? I'm going to show you here. Hold on. That. It's these right here. Okay? That's a default level 1 pairs. Okay? And that's what this works off of here. This drop down here, win and miss. This here, the first one, it works off of the digits, each digit of the past 3 winners, and it affects this first line here in the numbers pattern filter right there. It affects. It's based on the 3 past winners. It determines what numbers, digits here in the first row to remove, okay, or first column to remove. And then here, the win and miss here utilizes the pairs of the L1, right, L1 pairs to remove pairs that you might have isolated, right? So when you utilize this, when you first go to level 1, since these are already level 1 pairs, right, it's not going to remove itself. So these are not going to change when you start playing with this. The only thing that'll change is when you do the hit like that, right? The hit might remove numbers. See, it removed numbers. See, it went down to 88. You see that? From 110 to 88. Because it removed these numbers, you see? Like that. Okay? But it's not going to remove its own pairs. Okay? So, because we're dealing with level 1 pairs, here's where it gets good. When you isolate patterns, okay? When you start isolating any pattern here, okay? Whichever you want, right? That's when this really comes into play, and it will really reduce the numbers even to like 1 to 2 numbers down, and they will win. And this is how it works. I'm going to show you. So here's the level 1 pairs here, okay? Now, you see it's all doubles, right? But there's still level 1. I'll show you why. I utilize this, okay? I utilize this. I didn't isolate them. I removed singles and triples. Hold on. Right here, right here. Okay, see how it says isolate? See how it says remove? By utilizing isolate, right? You isolate singles or doubles or triples or isolate those. It will change the patterns in the hit and miss. I didn't want that, okay? I wanted to remove, right, the singles and doubles. So I just put the doubles together, but these symbols stay the same, okay? So I had something like that, okay? So I can compare it with when I isolate the doubles like that, okay? Now, this is very important to understand. This is how this feature works, okay? Right there, to catch the winner. It must, when you isolate your patterns, whatever patterns you isolate, the pair of sums, doubles, or singles, or triples, okay? These patterns in the hit and miss, right? They must both match, okay? Like from the default L1 pairs that are used to remove pairs from the isolated pattern. Okay, you're using the pairs from the default level 1 to remove pairs from the isolated patterns. As long as these match when the winner comes next, right, you will catch the winner with the isolated pattern. For example, these two you see here, you got purple, you got green, they don't match. Second one, green, purple, they don't match. But look at this. Purple, purple on the third, right? Third one, match. And then look at this right behind it. Match, 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 right? So many matches behind it. It could back to back. The majority of times, depending on what state you're playing, you're going to get multiple matches. The majority of the time, you're going to get matches like this. Meaning that when you utilize the L1 pairs to reduce the isolated patterns that you isolated, you're going to catch the winner, okay? So here, all right, let me show you how it works, all right? So let's say, for example, let's look at the pair sums, I should say. The pair sum here, and just look at what's overdue here, because this is a good example. Now, we could do doubles. I'm always doing doubles and isolating doubles. And what I'm going to do right now, hold on, I'm going to bring this back here. That's important. All right, so now we have them all. Now, look at the 9. 9 has not shown up until down here, right down here. And this was on what? Around the 4th. Okay. So it's overdue. It's overdue, right? So if you believe that it's going to hit any draw now, even next draw, what do? You isolate that, right? Watch. Isolate it. Pair of sums. Find the pair of sums right there. Just isolate the 9. Okay, like that. All right. And you could even isolate the pair of sums 9 plus 8 pair of sums. You think it's 1, 2 is going to hit? You can isolate that. Or 3, 3, 9, 3, 3. Isolate that. You play with even very few numbers. But let's just do all the 9s right there, right? So now you need to isolate that so you can grab the past 3 winners to put it in the combined winners box here to create the pairs that go with the 9. Okay, here, 1, 2, 3. Apply. There you go. You've got 140, right? But 140 is with all these other pair sums. See that? 12, 11, 10. You're just concentrating on a 9. So why don't we just focus on a 9 and remove everything else? 64 pair sums. Remove everything except the 9s. There you go. You've got 48 numbers right there. Now this is where the magic happens. You got 48 numbers, right? Now you're going to utilize this feature here, okay, to reduce this number. You're looking at this chart and you're thinking, oh, what do I think that may come out next? I think maybe a hit and win will come out next, right? A hit and win. So you can go like this. Hit, win. 6 numbers. Bam! Right there. And when you have a match, when a hit and win comes out, and you have a match like this, you see these matches? Match, 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 match. The winner will be guaranteed to be one of these 6 numbers. Okay? And if you think it's a hit and miss, look at this. It will even tell you right there. Well, see that? No pairs, no numbers are being produced. That means it's telling you don't play that. Okay? So look, you couldn't play it because it's not showing you any numbers. If you think it's going to be a miss and a win, right? Look, 2 numbers. 2 numbers. And if a miss and a win, on the chart here, a miss and a win like here came out, right? And it's a match like that, right? The winner was guaranteed to be one of these 2 numbers, okay? And then here, a miss and a miss. 4 numbers like that. You see that? That's how this thing works. It's awesome. Okay. So anyway, so you took down 220 numbers down to 4 numbers, down to 2 numbers, down to 6 numbers. All right. And then you still could utilize the filters to reduce the numbers even more. Okay. And then if you want to even reduce them more, for example, if you think 933 is going to come out, so go like this. 933, go to 8 pair sum, isolate 33 with the 9, like that, 933. Then you pick these 3 past winners, so you could get the pairs that are associated with 933. Apply, you got 140 right there. Okay, remove everything else except the 933. Okay, right there, and it's going to take the numbers down to 14 numbers already. You already took it down to 14 numbers. But now if you utilize this, hit win, Bam! 3 numbers. Guaranteed the winner will be one of these 3 numbers if you get a hit and win and you get a match like that. Okay? Hit, win. Let's see with the miss. Nothing, miss. You don't play that. How about a miss, win? You don't even play that. Look at that. And how about a miss, miss? Bam! So it's telling you when 933 hits, the only 3 numbers possible to win are this. 3 numbers. Guaranteed if you have a match with that, okay? Match with that, like that. You see? Matching. All right? Awesome. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to add here another drop down, which is going to have this on it. Look, with the hit and miss chart, we're going to add the front back split pair here, these symbols. So if you think it's a hit and win with a back, you can choose it. You could play all the front, back, and split, or you could choose like this. So you go hit, win with a FBS, right? Or hit, win with a split, like that. You could do that, okay? And it'll take them even lower. Like, for example, here, these 3 numbers, you have a back, front, back, split, front, back, split. If you think it's a back, if you think it's going to be hit, win, back, then it's going to be just that. Okay, I'm going to utilize this filter to take that out. It'll be just that really quickly. So that's how it helps you out. You're working with patterns connected to this. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible for you. Just try to think what's going to be next, and then you could utilize this. So if I saw something like this, miss, win, miss, miss, hit, win is high probability will hit, and then you do hit, win, okay, like that. All right. Next thing we're going to work on is a feature that I've been testing, which can predict with a high probability if a miss or a win will be on the next draw here. And it's been hitting. I've tested it 3 times and it hit 3 times. It's based on the pairs, and the pairs whether they create more wins or more miss entries. So if there's more win entries, more numbers have a high probability of hitting because they're more numbers. If less numbers, low probability of winning. So when there's less misses, they have a low probability of next draw being a miss. If it's a lot more numbers with the wins, then you got a high probability that the next draw is going to have a win in it. That's simple. And it's been hitting. So hit that. Okay, predicted that correctly too. And predicted the third test, predicted as well. So I haven't missed one yet in 3 tries. So if I'm going to keep testing it, if it keeps working out well, we're going to probably add click 5. So it's going to be the 5th page, and it's going to show you a workout. Let's see, something like this, right? It's going to say total wins right there. See that? Hit misses, misses and wins, whatever. And you're going to see something like this. And it's going to tell you and give you a conclusion up here what high probability a win is going to hit next or a miss is going to hit next. What can you do with that? Well, when you come down here and you're choosing your numbers, you don't have to concentrate on miss because you know high probability is a win. You grab your numbers from the win. Okay, if high probability is a miss, you grab your numbers from the miss, like that. Okay? I wish you the best.